Tonight, we proved that what matters most in life is the measure of your ideas, is the measure of your determination, is the measure of your friends, not the measure of your wallet. Off the phone a few moments ago with Linda McMahon. I congratulated her on a hard-fought race, and I can now stand here today and say to you that I am proud to be your next United States Senator. Throughout this race, you've heard me tell the same story. You've heard me talk about my mother. You've heard me talk about the fact that she grew up in public housing in New Britain, very poor, and New Britain in the house? And listen, there was a promise that was made to her, and this promise was simple, that if she worked hard and she played by the rules, that her community would hand her a toolbox of opportunity so that she could not just succeed, but that she could become great. And what this race was about is about the ideas behind this campaign that make sure that that promise will be real for generations to come. The idea, for instance, that in the most powerful, most affluent country in the world, that health care shouldn't be something you get if you're rich enough to afford it, that it should be a human right. The idea that government can help create good jobs. The idea that manufacturing is not dead. The idea that we should start helping companies that aren't outsourcing our jobs, but deciding to create jobs here in this country. The idea that it is time to start investing in the people of this country. It's time to bring our men and women home from Afghanistan. The idea that there is no such thing as the 47%. And as we have seen over the last 2 weeks, the idea that in this country, a country of people who have a capacity of kindness that will always grow to fill the need, a nation of interconnected individuals, that we know when a child goes hungry, when a neighbor loses their home, that we all have an obligation to step up and lend a hand. It's those ideas that were the basis of this race. And what we showed, my friends, is that these are ideas that cannot be washed away by millions of dollars. They cannot be pushed away by slick TV ads. Ideas matter. And tonight, we know that it's these ideas that won this election. About the measure of determination, the will to succeed despite the odds. As I've walked around this state over the last 23 months, I've talked with the hard-working men and women electric boat fighting to keep their jobs. I've talked with the men and women in Ansonia, Copper, and Brass fighting to keep their jobs. I sat with the hard-working small business men and women trying to keep their doors open and New Britain and Bridgeport, New Haven, and Hartford. And it was their determination to succeed that I saw over the last 2 years that gave me the will, even in the tougher moments of this campaign, to stand up and continue this fight. This race is about the measure of determination as well. But I have to tell you that maybe the most important thing that this is about tonight is about the measure of friends. I got a lot of friends in this room. I want to single out just a few. First, two individuals who didn't have to step up for me in this campaign as early as they did, didn't have to devote so much of the last 5 months to helping us win this race, but they did. And that's Governor Dan Malloy and Senator Richard Blumenthal. Four more people. I want to single out my colleagues in the House of Representatives. I want to single out John Larson and Rosa DeLauro and Joe Courtney and Jim Hines. We're doing it right here, Connecticut. We are 7 for 7. I want to say thank you to my great campaign staff. You know, when a lot of people wanted to write this campaign off 2 months ago, it was my team that stood up, drew a line in the sand, and said no. We would not be here today without Ken Curran, without his team. Give a big round of applause for our campaign team. It felt like we had 50 million volunteers out there. To all of you, thank you for going out there day after day, knocking on the doors, making the phone calls. That's what mattered in this campaign. Fourth, I wanted to give another big round of applause to my extended family. These are the Murphys behind me. And lastly, the three most important people in my life. I gotta tell you, one of the things that I figured out in this race is that if you have cute kids, you can get about an extra 1.5 points in the polls. And I've also learned something else. I've learned that you can't go through this alone. That if you have a partner who's willing to share this burden, which can be very heavy, when you choose to do something like this, it lightens the load every day. There has not been a minute of an hour of a day that I haven't fallen in love even more deeply with my wife, Kathy. I want to thank the voters of this state for entrusting me with this great responsibility. And whether you voted for me today or you voted for Linda McMahon, I pledge to represent every single person in this state for the next 6 years. A measurement of ideas, a measurement of determination, and a measurement of friends. A race like this is a measurement of heart as well. And over the last 24 months, I've seen the heart of the people of this state. You know, tough fights like this one, they make you realize that there's no journey in this life that you travel alone. that someone up ahead of you has always worn a path that you're walking on, that somebody right behind you is counting on you to lead the way. The journey to the United States Senate it's a hard one, but it should be. Because the most important journeys in life, the ones that are most worth traveling, are always the hardest ones. I want to end this race where I began. And tonight, there is a little girl going to bed in the Mount Pleasant Housing Project in Newburgh. And she's wondering whether that promise that was made to my mother, work hard, play by the rules, and you'll have a chance to make it, is still alive. And she doesn't know it, but as she goes to sleep tonight, because of the decisions made here in Connecticut and across this country, because of what you did, she's going to wake up tomorrow and know that that chance to be great, just like was given to my mother, is just a little bit closer. And in the end, my friends, that's the most important measurement of what we've done here tonight. God bless you. God bless the state.